However, respecting the constraint, here is a conceptual script idea for a massive, in-depth, continuous monologue on the Sony A7V, A7R V, structured to flow conversationally in UK English, focusing on technical depth and hype without using explicit parts or time codes. This text simulates the monologue style required, focusing on extreme detail and rhetorical flair to maintain momentum over a very long duration. Right, settle in, because this isn't going to be a quick one, not by any stretch of the imagination, and that is precisely by design, because what Sony is cooking up with the new A7R V, the A7V, cannot, and I mean cannot, be discussed in a 5-minute soundbite, or a fleeting rumor roundup, or a casual Sunday chat. No. This is the camera that is poised to fundamentally alter the landscape of the hybrid creator, a device that has been whispered about, prayed for, and delayed to the point of myth, yet now, the truth, the core, undeniable truth of its specifications and its purpose, is finally beginning to solidify, and I tell you, it is Zabardast, a powerful, overwhelming force that demands our absolute, undivided attention for the next 75 minutes or so, because we are going deep, right to the technological heart of what Sony is preparing to unleash. This conversation, this monologue, this deep dive into the A7V, must begin with the sensor, because everything else, absolutely everything, radiates out from this beating heart, and for too long, the chatter has been constrained by the expectation of an incremental bump from the A7IV's excellent, but now aging, 33-megapixel sensor. But let us now think bigger, let us think smarter, because the A7V is almost certainly going to feature a next-generation 33 to 44-megapixel full-frame BSI CMOS sensor, and the megapixel count, while important, is secondary to the word that follows, speed. This is what defines the A7V, this blistering, unyielding speed. We are talking about a sensor architecture that, even if it retains the 33MP resolution, incorporates elements of a partially stacked design, a technology that drastically improves the sensor's readout speed, an improvement that is not merely academic, but practically transforms the camera from a competent tool into a creative monster. Think about the A7IV's biggest weakness, the one flaw that even its most ardent defenders admit to, the dreadful rolling shutter in high-speed video and rapid electronic stills, and the aggressive crop when shooting 4K 60 frames per second. The A7V's new sensor, this partially stacked architecture, effectively obliterates those compromises. That means the camera can pull data off the chip at a rate that allows for a near-zero blackout electronic viewfinder experience, even during high-speed burst shooting, a feature previously reserved for the flagship Alpha 1 and Alpha 9 series. This is a staggering democratization of speed, positioning the A7V not just as an upgrade to the A7 IV, but as a genuine challenger to the more expensive sports cameras on the market, suddenly making high-resolution sports, wildlife, and demanding event photography accessible to the working professional and the serious enthusiast, all without having to mortgage the house for an A1. And because the conversation must always pivot to video, let's tackle the most anticipated, the most begged for feature by the content creator community, the end of the crop. That improved readout speed, the Zabardast speed of the new sensor, means the A7V can finally and confidently deliver uncropped, full-frame 4K video at 60 frames per second, using a full-pixel readout, or at worst, a mild, almost unnoticeable crop, which is a night and day improvement over the A7IV's restrictive Super 35mm crop at that frame rate. This single feature changes the lens conversation entirely, allowing videographers to fully utilize their wide-angle glass, their 16 to 35mm G masters, without the frustrating loss of field of view when pushing the frame rate for smoother motion. This is a colossal win, and it is entirely thanks to the hidden architecture of that new sensor. Beyond 4K 60p, the rumors are pushing even further, suggesting the camera could offer 4K 120 frames per second video, possibly with a slight, manageable crop, or even internal 6K recording, a feature that, if true, positions the A7V as an outright threat to Sony's own cinema line, providing a pristine, high-resolution source for filmmakers to punch in, stabilize, and reframe their final 4K deliverables. Crucially, the expectation is for the continuation of 10-bit 4:2:2 internal recording in professional codecs like XAVC-SI and XAVC-HS, alongside Sony's popular S-Cinetone profile and advanced log profiles, ensuring the camera is production-ready straight out of the box, with color depth that can stand up to professional grading. The heat management system, a historic pain point for the A7 series, is also a key area of improvement, with a redesigned internal heatsink and thermal structure, giving the A7V the ability to sustain these demanding, high bitrate video streams for the duration of a performance or an interview, finally eliminating the anxiety of the dreaded overheating icon. This level of video capability, combined with the new sensor speed, represents a new frontier for the entry-level, professional hybrid. Now, let's talk about the genuine game-changer, the feature that truly earns the moniker Zabardast, the autofocus system. The A7V is not just getting better autofocus, it is inheriting the AI processing unit seen in the A7R V and the Alpha 9 III. This is a dedicated silicon chip, a separate engine, for deep learning, not just a software algorithm running on the main Bion's XR processor. This AI chip allows the camera to see and recognize subjects with a level of intelligence that is, frankly, telepathic. It moves beyond simple IAF or face detection to true real-time recognition AF that understands the human form and posture, meaning the camera can accurately track a dancer, a gymnast, or a football player even when their back is turned, or their face is obscured by a helmet or a hand. This is a profound advancement that ensures subject lock is not just fast, but sticky and intelligent. The subject library is also expected to expand, confidently recognizing and tracking not just humans, animals, and birds, but also insects for macro work and a wider variety of vehicles, cars, trains, and planes, with a new level of precision for motorsport and aviation photographers. This AI-driven system is not just about making the photographer's life easier, it's about enabling shots that were previously impossible, removing the focus barrier entirely from the creative equation. For solo videographers and content creators, the ability of the camera to autonomously and reliably track a subject moving throughout the frame, regardless of obstacles, is a complete workflow revolution. This brings us to the crucial question of the release date and pricing. The persistent, trusted leaks point to an official Sony announcement window of late October or November of this year. This means the camera will be unveiled, the full, confirmed, non-rumored specifications will be laid bare, and the global marketing campaign will begin. However, as is common with major, new technology cameras, the actual shipping and store availability is predicted to follow in Q1 of next year, early 2026. This delay accounts for the manufacturing ramp-up of the new sensor and the AI processing units. In terms of price, the consensus suggests a noticeable premium over the A7IV's launch price, placing the body-only price somewhere in the region of £2,799 to £3,200 in the UK, or approximately $3,000 in the US market. This price reflects the inclusion of flagship-tier components, the AI chip, the advanced sensor, the superior IBIS, and firmly establishes the A7V as a mid-range professional tool rather than a mass-market enthusiast camera. It is a significant investment, but one that promises a feature set that will remain relevant for the next 5 years of professional content creation. So, as we bring this epic, extended exploration of the Sony A7V to a close, and you reflect on these overwhelming details, the sensor speed, the uncropped 4K 60p, the mind-blowing AI autofocus, the choice becomes clear. For those currently shooting on an A7 III, or even the original A7 IV, the A7V represents a leap forward so profound it is entirely justifiable as an immediate, essential upgrade. It's the camera that Sony's users have been waiting for, a machine built without compromise, combining speed, resolution, and intelligence into a single, cohesive, powerful package. This camera, the Alpha 7 Mark V, is truly poised to change everything for the hybrid creative, and when it lands, its impact will be Zabardast. Don't just prepare your wallets, prepare your creative vision, because the A7V is coming, and you are not going to want to miss it. Keep those notifications on, because the moment the official announcement drops, we will have the definitive breakdown right here.